What's up guys, Captain Russia here, and today I present to you another solo dungeon speed clear build. This one is for Infernal Scythe. I recently released a PvP video using exactly this build, and now I just want to show you guys exactly what items I'm running, because I've had some people wondering and asking what's the best for this build. So let's start off. I'm using, of course, Infernal Scythe. That's the staple weapon. I love the weapon. It looks badass, and it's actually a really good weapon used in solo PvP or small scale. And I've even dabbled a little bit in 5 vs 5 Hellgate. So we're running our rending swing. That's the Q AOE, right? We want to be able to clear mobs and packs. I'm running Adrenaline Boost, and I'll talk a little bit more about that versus the other Ws. Of course, Bloody Reap on the E, and I'm running the Life Leech on the passive. The other core item is the Hellion Jacket with the Life Steal aura. This is what allows you to fight basically multiple people, and it also works fairly well in 1 vs 1. And I'm running the Quick Thinker cooldown, and again I can expand a little bit more on different choices here. You can run the Merc Jacket if you want like a cheaper option with Bloodlust. Your ability to fight multiple targets, I mean you'll be okay with fighting like versus 1 versus 2 people, but as soon as it goes up from there you'll be pretty much kind of screwed. But yeah, if you want a cheaper option you can definitely run Merc. And then for shoes, well, let me jump into helmet. So for helmet I run Scholar Cowl, and that's your mana regen, your mana recharge, because axes, which is Infernal Scythe are very mana intensive. This is a really awesome skill, gives you over 100 physical resistance, so that's, you almost take like 0 damage when you pop that. Has pretty decent cooldown and 8-second duration, which is great. So when you're running Scholar Cowl, you don't really care what boots you're running. There isn't an option to run Scholar boots, but I don't really prefer it with this build. So I run Guardian, and actually I was running these just to level them up, and I used the run skill. So no matter what shoes you're running, I probably would be using the run skill. Giant is good for like 1v1, or if you kind of jumped and you know that you can't get out, you can maybe run Giant, but still I would prefer to use run because it gives you that amazing mobility that lets you pretty much escape a gank as well. I've chased Bloodletter down with just a combination of run skill and the Adrenaline Boost. So this is why I'm running Adrenaline Boost on the W. You can run Raging Blades. Those would be awesome, and that would speed up your dungeon speed clear. But I wouldn't recommend against it, because in too many situations I've been ganked by like a kiting build, and I just wasn't able to catch up to them without that speed boost on Adrenaline. So even though yes, this gives you more overall damage and gives you a little bit faster dungeon speed clear, don't run Raging Blades, because you'll die horribly to some scrub wearing 4.1 gear who just kites you with the bow. So definitely run Adrenaline Boost. For the cape, again, you've seen me use pretty much Tetra Cape for everything. I love it. Has really short cooldown, and adds pretty good AOE to killing mobs and to PvP as well. Some unexpected AOE, I would say, and it's good for 1v1 or even 1 versus 2 versus 3 fights, because it hits multiple targets. So it's a really good cape. For food, obviously you want to get some kind of health regen. You can run, I run fish. Some people can use cabbage soup. I run healing potions, because the longer axe stays in a fight, the more damage you can deal with your bleeds. So I prefer to use healing potion over poisons. I do carry poisons with me, just in case I see somebody in the open world like an ox, or if my party or my my guild asks for some help and I need to help ganking somebody, then I would be running the poisons, and I'll swap to that. So what I usually do is I would pop my my health regen food, and then I would swap over to my PvP food, and that's what I'm using. I'm using the Red Spring Eel Stew, which gives me both cooldown and damage. I mean, you can run Omelette if you want, or you can run the Beef Stew just for damage. I prefer to run this, so I'll be running in this this build basically when I'm clearing. And as soon as PvP happens, you guys seen me previously, I would pop my food, and I'll be ready to go now with a new buff to fight basically. Actually, I almost forgot to mention, so Guardian helmet that was recently buffed is another option to run for the helmet. You actually get some pretty decent heals, close to like 500 when running this. The only thing is, if you're running Guardian helmet, then you're definitely going to be hurt on mana, so you're going to have to switch out the Guardian boots for like Scholar boots, for example. But the heal, I mean, like I'm 100 out of 100 on the Guardian, and I just got healed for like 499, basically 500. So it's decent. It's not as broken as OP as, you know, the Graveguard clear combo used to be. But it's another option. I'm still on the fence about it. I don't really like it. I think I still would prefer the Scholar Cowl, you know, with the over 100 resistance for physical damage. But I'm still playing around with it, so maybe in the future videos you'll see me running the Guardian, even though it's getting nerfed again back to 12%. So that's probably going to be a turn-off. And that's pretty much it. Let me jump down and show you guys some dungeon clears and maybe a little bit of PvP.